Mutia, guest speaker this afternoon, Mr. Tiruvalluvar, Director General MGI RTI, Mr. Menon Murley, Chairman of the Tamil Temples Federation, my dear friend Mr. Kumaran, President of the Tamil Cultural Center, President of Hindu Mahajana Sangam, Dr. Solomon, Head of School of Indian Studies, Mr. Dr. Cheman, Head of Tamil Department, Dr. Chetty, Mrs. Kunjal, Director of the MGI, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are gathered here to celebrate the Tiruvalluvar Day, which marks the birth centenary of the immortal poet Tiruvalluvar. In line with its mission, the MGI has taken this laudable initiative to commemorate this great universal man since the last 5 years, I must say, and I am happy to associate myself with this great event this year. This action of the MGI is highly commendable, and I wish to place it on record. I am given to understand that the magnum opus of Tiruvalluvar is Tirukural, and it has been written, as we know, more than 2000 years ago. It is no doubt one of the masterpieces of Indian literature, written in Tamil language, with the highest and purest expressions of the human thought. The book has 3 major parts. The first part dealing with virtue, the moral value of human life. The second part is on wealth, the socio-economic values of men in a civilized society. And the third part on love, the psychological values of life. The immortality and universality of Tirukural are unquestionable. Its ethics and values are applicable to all religions, countries and time. It has been translated in, I am told, over 80 languages in the world. The treatment of various aspects of life in the first 2 parts of Tirukural by the great Tiruvalluvar makes of him a moral philosopher, a political scientist, and a master of public administration, and in the 3rd part a creative artist depicting the fascinating aspects of lovers. He is compared to Patanjali, Shankara and Buddha in his way of dealing with moral values. According to legends, he worked as a weaver to earn his living and was a man of hard work. The greatest value of Quran is its universal appeal with the whole world as its primary concern. In the very first chapter of virtue, God is portrayed as universal God, transcending the limitations of Hindu, Muslim or Christian. For him, God is the basis of all peace, bliss and end of all knowledge. In a simple way, Tiruvalluvar says, goodness is purity of mind and that which ought to be done. In the first part of his book, Tiruvalluvar gives lots of importance to the relevance of married life in the society. The advice given is useful to practically the whole of humanity. The themes, beginning with married life and the bliss of having children, then continue with advice relating to hospitality, kindness, sweet words, gratitude, self-control and good conduct, and conclude with clear guidelines on how the householder can avoid being envious, how he can stop the free flow of vicious gossip and slander, and how he can relate to the society he lives in through charity and other good deeds. Tiruvalluvar knew that even though virtue is supremely important, without wealth it was seldom practicable. Valluvar has spoken words of wisdom on state administration by lucidly explaining the relationship between the king, his ministers and his subjects. he has subtly put forward the importance of friends, of learning, of agriculture and of social service, while condemning corruption and nepotism, the scourge of modern day politics, as evil and unwise. Education receives a special attention in his work. Following are some of his sayings on education. Learn thoroughly whatever is to be learned. Then let the conduct be worthy of his learning. The deeper you dig, greater the spring. The more you learn, greater the knowledge. Learning is the true imperishable wealth. Other things are not wealth. Listening is the best of all wealth, and it is considered to be the foremost. And the last part of Tiruvalluvar is dedicated to love, and the author, Tiruvalluvar, explains in a very subtle way the emotions of love by human beings. So I wish to thank and congratulate the MGI for having get involved in this lecture once every year. Last year, my dad was here. But the director of the MGI, I wanted to say that my first visit to the MGI this year coincides with this lecture. And in fact, if I've come here, apart from what he has said, it's certainly to try to grasp something more from the chorale, as this lecture is going to be on just now. So I wish to thank our main guest, the guest speaker in fact, Mr. Mutia, for his presence and having kindly accepted to enlighten us further with his Tiruvalluvar. And I wish that Tiruvalluvar remains in our midst as one of these great authors of the times. Thank you very much for that.
This country has an institute name of Mahatma Gandhi. And before I get into my topic, I would like to place in record our deepest gratitude to your Honorable Prime Minister. He has really touched the hearts of millions of Tamils when he decided to boycott the Commonwealth happening in Ceylon, and we bow down with gratitude to him. And I don't think it's just a coincidence that this institute named after Mahatma Gandhi is also celebrating the culture of Tamil. There are so many relativity in it. For example, I would like to quote an incident in the life of Mahatma Gandhi. Once he was introduced to a great Tamil scholar by name Rasigamani TKC. His name was T.K. Chidambaran Mudaliar, and he was called as TKC. In fact, Rajaji introduced TKC to Mahatma Gandhi. TKC was introduced as a very big scholar in Kambaramayana. So Gandhi was interested. He requested TKC to explain a few songs from Kambaramayana. TKC obliged. He used to sing songs, as our Kurali did. He doesn't just recite songs, he used to sing songs. So I was reminded when of TKC when Kurali came and wonderfully recited the songs. He sang the songs in fact for us. After hearing a few songs, Mahatma Gandhi was so impressed. He asked TKC, Mr. Mudaliar, I'm so excited hearing Kambaramayana. I want to read this in Tamil. Mr. Mudaliar, can you teach me Tamil? I'm just wondering what would have been my response if I was in TKC's place. I would have readily accepted. Because, unmindful of whether Gandhi is learning Tamil or not, I'll have the privilege of saying he's my student, you know. So, I would have readily accepted. But TKC immediately responded in a different way. He said, Mahatma, I can teach you Tamil. You can also learn Tamil from me. And by learning Tamil, you can also read Kambaramayana. But if you should really know the grandeur of Kamban, the glory of Kamban, there's only one way. Mahatma, in your next birth, you should be born as a Tamilian and read Kamban. That is the only way, he said. So, in this way, Mahatma encountered the glory, how a Tamilian feels, and the pride of Tamilian is not because of ego. It's because of the enormous treasures which is backing him wherever he goes. And so I'm really happy that I'm seeing you, all of you here. And in another 10 minutes, I'll know whether you are happy seeing me or not. And I'm also happy that our Director General, he quoted Mahakavi Bharati. Bharati, naming this hall after Bharati and talking about Tiruvalluvar in this hall has a unique coincidence, because Mahakavi Bharati said, the sky-lifting glory of India is because India gave Tiruvalluvar to this world. Valluvan tannai ulaginukke thandu vaanpugal konda Tamil Nadu. So, I have been asked by Mr. Jivendran to talk about Tirukkural and spirituality. No wonder he didn't know what I'm really doing, because I too don't know what I'm really doing. And so, he has given me this nice topic, Tirukkural and spirituality. Our Honorable Minister very rightly pointed out, Tiruvalluvar introduced a universal God. What is a universal God? See, mostly when it comes to spirituality, many people think it is something we do outside. People interpret spirituality through your rituals, your religious practices and so on. But Tiruvalluvar says it's something internal. Once in Russia, there was an exhibition where many scientists displayed their discoveries. As they traveled in the space and all that, they took photos, they had some interpretations about the other planets and all, everything was displayed. At the end of the exhibition, there was a visitor's book, and just above that visitor's book there was a board. The board read, "We have explored everywhere in the universe. God is nowhere." That was the claim. So, a known mystic and Saint Osho once visited that exhibition. He saw that board. "We have explored everywhere in the universe, God is nowhere." Then he wrote in the visitor's book, "Explore in your inner universe, you will find God." So, that is the path which spirituality points out. It says, spirituality is something which you do to your inner self. So, I would like to quote Dr. Sippi Balasubramaniam, a very eminent scholar and poet in Tamil Nadu. I will give you the gist of his verses first. He says, what is the glory of Tirukkural? He says, though written in language of Tamilians, it does not refer to any particular king. Though it has couplets of prayer, it does not denote any particular god. It does not refer to any rituals or religious practices, as Tirukkural raises up as the conscience of the whole humanity. I quote, "செந்தமிழ் நாட்டின் மொழியில் எழுந்தும் மன்னவர் பெயர் இல்லை, தெய்வ வணக்க பாடல் சொல்லியும் திருப்பெயர் தரவில்லை, மந்திரம் சடங்கு சமயங்கள் இல்லை, காரணம் ஏதென்றால் மனித குலத்தின் மனச்சான்றாக மலர்ந்தது வள்ளுவர் நூல்." It emerged as the human conscience of whole humanity. So, the power of spirituality lies in its adaptability. How I connect with spirituality is how spirituality matters to me. If I